Right now at 6, Vice President Kamala Harris visits La Crosse. What she has to say about improving conditions for healthcare workers. And Congressman Derek Van Orden honors a World War II veteran for his service. Why the acknowledgement didn't happen sooner.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. Well, it was an exciting day in La Crosse as Vice President Kamala Harris was at the Hmong Cultural and Community Center to address nursing home care workers. News 8 Now's Michael Germain was at the event. And Michael, what are the steps the Biden-Harris administration are taking towards this?
Yeah, Emily, Vice President Harris says that everyone throughout the state of Wisconsin deserves access to quality health care. Today, she announced final rules regarding senior health care. The nursing home minimum staffing rule finalized today will require all nursing homes that receive federal funding through Medicare and Medicaid to provide at least 3.48 hours of nursing care per resident per day. That means a facility with 100 residents would need at least 2 or 3 registered nurses and at least 10 to 11 nurses aides, as well as 2 additional nurse staff to meet the minimum staffing standards. Chronically, nursing homes tend to be understaffed, which can lead to unsafe care. Vice President Harris says the new rules will lead to fewer emergency room visits and more independence for families.
And for care workers, it's going to be more time with their patients, less burnout, and lower turnover.
The new rules will also require facilities to have a registered nurse on site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Reporting live in La Crosse, Michael Germain, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Michael. The mandate will go into effect in phases, with rural communities having longer time frames. Harris also made a campaign stop while in La Crosse. Speaking to a crowd at the La Crosse Center, Harris focused on abortion rights. Abortion is a key issue for Biden's re-election campaign. Harris already stopped in Wisconsin twice this year as part of her Fight for Reproductive Rights tour. Today, Harris criticized abortion laws that don't provide exemptions for rape.
The idea that some would be proposing and passing laws that say to a survivor of a crime of violence to their body, of violation to their body, that you don't have a right to make a decision about what happens to your body next, that's immoral.
Wisconsin reverted to an 1849 abortion law after Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022. Since then, a Dane County judge ruled that the law does not prohibit consensual abortions, but bans feticide. Abortions resumed in some areas in the state following that ruling. Americans for Prosperity responded to Harris's visit. AFP's Wisconsin director released a statement criticizing the Biden administration's economic policies. The statement reads in part, quote, "Since Biden took office, Americans are facing higher health care costs than ever before, and millions of Americans are delaying care because of it," unquote. The statement went on to say that Bidenomics is bad economics. Well, it's a little bit windier outside today, warmer, and we do have some showers that are in the region happening right now, Greg.
Yeah, ahead of the system that came through, we actually warmed up fairly nice, and with that south-southwest wind, it definitely helped temperatures get all the way up into the 60s, even a few close to 70-degree mark, but we have cloud cover. We have showers coming through. A lot of this is not reaching the ground. Eau Claire's had a few hours of just some very light rainfall. And Ryan, if you look across the area, most areas, the wind is the real main story, at least La Crosse, but it is beginning to back off a little bit as you go further north and west out of the south. But overall, really precipitation, you got to kind of be under the yellow really to see probably some of this reaching the ground. Otherwise, a lot of it is just cloud cover that doesn't quite do it. But we'll see maybe a couple more hours of some showers with that wind, but it'll be very light, sprinkles probably at the most. The winds will get back down to about 12 miles per hour later. 57, still mild out there overall. Same story for Eau Claire, but that shower will be ending very quickly here and mainly just off and on clouds with some partial clearing with winds directing down and still 55 degrees. If you look overall, big picture shows we'll actually see some partial clearing as we go past maybe midnight, with some areas dropping back down into the 40s as you wake up. That southwest wind is going to help keep those temperatures up. Despite that, we'll see a little bit cloud cover here and there, but it will be a dry start for Tuesday. But we do have a few more showers potentially coming Tuesday afternoon. Very isolated. You might need the umbrella, but overall temperature still mild. Then we're going to dry out for Wednesday, but then we got a stormy and wet period we're going to talk more about for the end of the week. That a bit later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, with some dry and windy weather today, burn bans are in effect for the city of La Crosse and town of Madera. According to the Wisconsin DNR, danger for La Crosse County is very high. The La Crosse Fire Department says the ban will likely stay in effect until the area receives substantial rainfall again. While the burn ban is active, the community is urged to be extra cautious. No open burning, including the use of charcoal grills or recreational fire pits, is allowed within the city of La Crosse or the town of Madera. The teen accused of starting a fire in a Sparta Walmart has pleaded not guilty. 17-year-old Emma Smith is charged with arson, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, criminal damage to property, and disorderly conduct. Back in December, she was allegedly responsible for starting a fire that ended up causing more than $7.5 million in damage. Smith was arraigned in Monroe County Court this morning. Her next court appearance is in mid-June. It's an award more than 80 years in the making. Today, a 102-year-old veteran from Chippewa Falls was honored in World War II. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall tells us the report.
Yeah, Emily, Neil Korn was 19 years old when he joined the United States Army. He served in World War II and was deployed to East Africa and England during the invasion of France. Today, Korn's family reflected on his service and celebrated as Congressman Derek Van Orden presented him with those medals more than 3/4 of a century later.
You heard him.
It was a presentation 102-year-old Neil Korn did not see coming.
Do you ever think you'd be receiving all these medals?
No.
No, you did not.
Today, the World War II veteran was awarded 5 medals for his service in combat. He served among those who stormed the beaches of Normandy and spent the next 45 days picking up bodies and helping wounded soldiers. He then put himself on the front lines fighting Germans during Battle of the Bulge.
Not only did he have to fight them off, but then after they were killed, he had to bury them so that they didn't get any diseases or anything.
So the men and women wearing these brown hats, the men and women wearing...
After Battle of the Bulge, he was held over in Germany, where he was kept alongside a prison camp where prisoners were being exchanged. Congressman Derek Van Orden says Korn should have had these medals sooner.
He saw good things and bad things. World War II is horrific, but this is a way to remind him and his family, that he actually answered the call to go defend us.
And in addition to the medals, Korn was also honored with an eagle feather as well. Emily.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy. Still ahead, Trump on trial. The former president in court today for his hush money case as both sides make their opening.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we know reputation is important, and it can affect your case's outcome. If you want your case to be taken seriously, you need lawyers who are taken seriously. Bygoff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
Are you looking for a high-paying career without any experience? Chart Industries has the opportunity you've been waiting for. Starting wage $30 per hour, highest pay in the area, guaranteed 40 hours, and so much more. If you are making less than $60,000 and want a healthy work-life balance, apply at jobs.chartindustries.com today. That's jobs.chartindustries.com.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I make fresh, delicious Papa Murphy's pizza.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I make the Papa Murphy's pizza.
Sure, that's take and bake. We built it with the freshest ingredients. You bake it fresh in your oven.
By you mean me, so technically, I make the pizza.
Super good pizza, Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, so good.
Right now, enjoy big-time taco flavors on a pizza with the limited-time Taco Grande. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Pivot! Shut up! Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot! Shut up!
On GNT. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Is your personal injury lawyer trying to sell you a settlement that you don't think is fair? You need a lawyer who won't settle your case just to move on to the next one. Get the full compensation you deserve. Get Bygoff and Rohde.
The first day of testimony has concluded in former President Trump's hush money trial, with prosecutors calling the former National Enquirer publisher and longtime Trump friend to the stand. The case is the first ever criminal trial of a former U.S. president. Jared Hill has been following all the developments from Lower Manhattan.
Former President Donald Trump left the New York courtroom Monday, branding his hush money criminal trial a case about bookkeeping.
This is what they try to take me off the trail for. That checks being paid to a lawyer.
The presumptive Republican presidential nominee faces 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. He's accused of using his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, to funnel payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 presidential election.
They take this payment and they call it a legal expense, and you heard it today for the first time. This is what I got indicted over.
In opening statements, prosecutors alleged the former president orchestrated a criminal scheme to corrupt the election. To bolster their argument, they called former publisher of the National Enquirer, David Pecker, to the stand. He testified about the publication's use of checkbook journalism, paying sources for stories. Pecker is expected to return to the stand on Tuesday to answer more questions about his interactions with Trump. Also on the prosecution's witness list, Cohen, Daniels, as well as former Trump aide Hope Hicks.
A lot of the case is going to be built through the use of bank records, texts, tweets, and corporate records, things that show that there was in fact this false trail, and then the witnesses will be used to establish what the former president intended by that false trail.
Defense attorneys argue Trump is innocent and that the Manhattan DA's office should never have brought the case.
He should not even be here today because he did nothing wrong. It is the epitome of a witch hunt.
The trial is expected to last several weeks. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
In addition to this criminal trial, there was also a hearing related to the $175 million bond Trump put in his New York civil fraud case. The bond stops the state from potentially seizing Trump's assets to satisfy the more than $454 million that he owes after losing a court case brought by the Democratic Attorney General. A battle over legislation that bans homeless people from camping made its way to the nation's top court. Today, Supreme Court justices heard arguments about whether the ban can be considered a cruel and unusual punishment. The ban comes from Grants Pass, Oregon, which stops homeless people from sleeping in public parks. The law fines people nearly $300 for sleeping outside when shelter beds are available. Repeat offenders can be sent to jail for 30 days. Lawyers for the city argued the law is compassionate. The High Court's conservative justices seemed open to those claims.
Does this law help deal with the complicated policy issues?
One of the most difficult challenges is getting people the help that they need, and laws like this allow cities to intervene.
The court's liberal justices questioned whether the law criminalizes homelessness. The appeals court struck down the measure, saying it violated the 8th Amendment because it punishes people for something they don't have control over. Today, the justices weighed whether homelessness is someone's status or their conduct. A ruling is expected by the end of June. The CDC announces a heat protection plan on this Earth Day. The organization's new initiative comes after record-breaking heat in 2023.
And we still got some showers this evening and maybe some more showers tomorrow, but a lot of the portion will be dry going into Wednesday, also dry conditions. But we do have some wet weather coming towards the end of the week through next weekend. I'll time that all out coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
I remember coming home from school and pounding on the door, but my mother wouldn't answer. She'd be passed out inside. You know, my mother had a drug abuse problem. She struggled with addiction to prescription pills her whole life. But today with fentanyl, one pill, just one pill can kill. So I've worked with Republicans to stop the flow of fentanyl that's poisoning families across Wisconsin. I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message. This fight hits close to home.
So,
All of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed with any unlimited data plan.
Got some good advice for you today. If a stranger calls you and tells you you've won a prize, or tells you you're in trouble with the law, or tells you that your grandson is in a Texas jail, hang up. You're being scammed. They're going to eventually ask you for money, and once you give them this money, it's gone. It's gone forever, and nothing can be done. So if you're ever tempted to give one of these folks money, call me, and I'll talk you through the scam, and let's save your money.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new Ford SUV. Get started with exclusive spring bonus offers at your local Northland Ford dealers. Then own the season behind the wheel of your new Ford. Whether you're looking for new adventures or dominating the day-to-day, there's a Ford SUV waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get in the driver's seat today. Now, lease Explorer for just $499 a month for 36 months. Plus, for a limited time, get $750 in red carpet leasing cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Has launched a new heat and health initiative aimed to protect you from heat exposure. The plan includes a 7-day nationwide heat forecast that will tell you when temperatures could reach harmful levels, information on local air quality, and new guidance to help clinicians keep at-risk patients safe as temperatures rise. This comes after record heat caused record high rates of health emergencies in some parts of the U.S. last year. The CDC said during the warm season last year, heat-related illnesses accounted for a larger share of emergency department visits than the previous 5 seasons. Well, a little bit of rain and wind in this week's forecast, but hey, we're getting warmer. Let's send it over to Greg to see what the last week of April is going to look and feel like.
Yeah, we definitely got warmer today. Tomorrow probably a little bit cooler, but still close to average behind this. Right now, here's the showers coming through. And as I mentioned earlier, you got to get kind of under the yellow colors really to see some of this light rain reaching the ground. Otherwise, a lot of it just as we call it, virga, not actually reaching the ground. Cloud cover, as you see behind it, it's not going to last too long as we go throughout. So we'll have that this evening. We'll have more showers tomorrow afternoon. Once again, a very thin, narrow line that'll come through. Maybe a storm. Most areas will still probably remain dry once again. And then definitely looks like frost or freeze once again Wednesday morning. We'll see temperatures get in the 20s to low 30s. But for tonight, by 10, definitely a lot of it is pushed east, maybe a sprinkle or two. Some partial clearing for some of the areas. We'll see that. The wind still on the southwest, so that'll help keep the temperatures remain in the 40s as you wake up. Still dry for tomorrow morning's commute. We'll have plenty of sun actually to start off with many areas, but then by noon we should actually see a little bit of increase in the wind and the cloud cover. Temperatures getting back up to the mid to upper 50s. Maybe 60 by noon. And then in the afternoon, you can see the wind beginning to change behind this. This is another system that's going to dive south, provide more cloud cover, maybe another shower, maybe even a weak little line of showers and little thunderstorms you can see right there coming through about 4 to 5 p.m. as it digs south. But notice the wind direction now, that blue direction, which means it's coming out of the north. So we'll have breezy conditions, but out of the north. So we probably won't see the mid to upper 60s we saw today, but still most of the areas to the south of La Crosse should get up into the 60s, maybe 50s further north, but then temperatures will start to fall behind this, and we'll see a few showers through tomorrow evening's commute. Most areas will remain dry, and then clearing skies and lighter winds going into Wednesday, and that's why we think we could get that frost or freeze given those situations. But for tonight, winds 10 to 15, they still will start to drop off. They already are. Overnight, probably about 10 to 15, and then they'll start picking up once again tomorrow afternoon, but out of the west-northwest direction, maybe not quite as strong as today, maybe some gusts in the 20s, and then that'll continue through the afternoon. And then tomorrow night, as I mentioned, they should begin to become light and variable going into Wednesday morning, setting up a pretty chilly temperatures as we go into Wednesday morning. Once we get Wednesday and Thursday, the pattern begins to change. We have a system that'll begin to lift north towards the area, so quite a good shot of showers and thunderstorms coming through the area late Thursday and especially Friday. That periods of rain will continue probably through Friday, and then we'll start seeing maybe a little bit of a break for Saturday morning for the first part of the weekend. It may not last long with more development in the afternoon. We may see a little bit of a break Saturday night, but then Sunday, another system approaches right from the south, and that's going to spread a lot more periods of rain, maybe moderate to heavy rainfall with thunderstorms coming through Sunday and Sunday night, and that'll continue all the way through Monday. So that's why we're thinking it's going to be a wet period. There's a potential for a break there for some dry periods, but overall wet conditions and 2 to 3 inches potentially for a lot of the areas. Further north, maybe 1 to 2. So it's going to be a good soaker for a lot of the areas. The good news with this right now, the severe threat through Thursday and Friday should remain to the south. We don't think we're going to see much of that, probably more cloud cover and rain with thunderstorms too, but probably not severe. But for tonight, those few showers should kind of get through the area here early in the night. Otherwise, temperatures dropping into the 40s. Tomorrow, a few showers in the afternoon. Once again, temperatures a little bit cooler, but still in the 60s for most areas with that northwest wind kicking up in the afternoon. And then after a cold start to Wednesday, pretty dry through Thursday, and then the rain, thunderstorms coming in the picture Thursday night through potentially next Monday, where temperatures do come up, but it's definitely going to be a wet period coming up.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Greg. Well, coming up in sports, the NFL draft is right around the corner. Plus, the softball circle was the place to be this afternoon. Logan and West Salem squaring off. Rob's got the early highlights next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's biggest selection of Kubota equipment and get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
The high school spring sports season is in full swing as we approach the end of April. A couple of area squads were in action this afternoon on the softball circle. Let's go to Logan High. Rangers hosting West Salem. Panthers throw the first punch. Top one, 2 runners on for Megan Johnson. She's going to find the gap in right center. Both runners come in to score. 2-run double for Johnson makes it 2-0 West Salem. Bottom one, Logan looking to respond. Molly Erickson lines a base hit into left field. Rangers trying to get something going, but Josie Brudos settles in, gets the strikeout here to end the threat. And Brudos was back at it again in the second. She's going to get another big K. Panthers avoid another threat. They were still up 2 in the third. We'll have a final score from this one later on tonight. Well, it's officially draft week in the NFL, and on Thursday night, the Green Bay Packers will be on the clock with the 25th overall pick. Earlier today, Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst said they've got their big board. It's not going to change before Thursday night. He didn't speak on who they're targeting. They don't want to give anything away, but according to various mock drafts, it appears they'll be going after a cornerback or possibly an offensive tackle. But only Gutekunst and the rest of the front office know what they're going to do come Thursday night. They're excited to add some pieces to their young core.
It's always interesting how it falls. You never really can predict it. No, it's always, I think the opportunity to make your football team better is always exciting. And this is an exciting time of year. We got our players back in the building, last week, and the energy just, ramps up tremendously when those guys are in the building, and particularly our group that just really likes to be around each other. So it's just an exciting time, probably for all 32 teams, but certainly for us.
That's right. First round starts on Thursday night. Rounds 2 and 3 will be Friday, where they'll have 4 total picks. Then they'll finish with six picks on day 3. Brewers in Pittsburgh tonight, beginning a set with the Pirates, and the home team striking right away in this one. Bottom 1, Andrew McCutchen leads the game off with a solo shot. Pirates jump ahead 1-0. We'll have the complete highlights later on tonight. But enough about sports. Baby Reindeer on Netflix. Have you watched it yet?
No, but you have been trumping it up this evening.
I don't even know if I like it yet, but it's just, it's keeping me going.
Okay.
It's pretty, I don't want to give anything away. It's good though.
Yeah, on Netflix, right?
On Netflix,
All
Baby
right,
Reindeer.
everyone watch Baby
quick,
Reindeer.
7 episodes.
Okay, another look at our forecast when we come back.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to build your dream yard or get out on the water, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like $5 off new Estate Premium 4-in-1 lawn treatment. Rewards members save an extra $5. These KT welding helmets, $69.99. Rain-X wiper blades, 20% off for rewards members. And rewards members save $130 on this Pelican kayak with paddle and car top carrier. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new Ford truck. Get started with exclusive spring bonus offers at your local Northland Ford dealers. Then own the season behind the wheel of your new Ford. Whether you're looking for power or capability, there's a Ford truck waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get in the driver's seat today. Get an F-150 XLT with 1.9% financing for 72 months, plus up to $2,000 spring bonus cash. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
All right, we still have those showers to come through later this evening, but once we get to about 9 or 10, all that activity should be to the east. Winds will begin to die down, but temperatures still in the 40s overall. A dry start to Tuesday, a little bit cooler, a few showers potentially in the afternoon. Cold start to Wednesday. Enjoy the dry conditions Wednesday and Thursday because it's going to be a different story from Friday, the weekend, and beyond.
Yeah, am I seeing the word freeze on Wednesday?
Once again, time of the year, upper 20s, low 30s.
No.
Not unusual.
Go away. All right. All right, thank you for joining us tonight.